QVC is something that you should feel really good about because we are so strict and we never get to say hair growth unless it really has done that for people, and Hairmax of course has, and they are FDA cleared in this space. And I'm so thrilled because often we have very high price points because of that, because of the technology, because it works, because we offer 180 days for you to try it and return it if it does not work for you. This is one of the most affordable ways to try Hairmax, and it is not a big time commitment. We're talking minutes, a few days a week. So we're gonna break it all down, but this is launching just back in stock. It's the Ultima 9 Classic Hair Growth Laser Comb. So you're gonna do this in the comfort of your home, in the privacy of your home, and you're getting it for $36 on Easy Pay. How exciting is that? Call us if you love Hairmax. Call us if you have questions, because I am here with Randy Valicki, the Director of Clinical Research at Hairmax. Randy, not only are you obviously the Director of Clinical Research, so you're deeply a part of this team, but also you have experienced hair loss that you share openly.
I do. I share it very openly because, you know, when you're losing your hair, you often don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love Sean's testimonial because she puts it right out there and she's not afraid to talk about it.
Well, here's the thing. We all have something, right, that can make us feel less confident. And hair is one of those most important things that can make us feel that way. And isn't it great that there is something you can do about it?
Exactly. You know, your hair is your crowning glory. And look at this before and after picture. This woman lost her hair through menopause.
Okay.
And, you know, if you're not sure if you're losing your hair for this reason, check with your doctor. If he says it's androgenetic alopecia or female pattern hair loss or hereditary hormonal hair loss, this Hairmax device can be for you. But Courtney, look at the results.
I mean,
look at those results.
Life-changing results.
Exactly. And you know, I don't use that word very often, but on something like this, it really, really is.
This is. This was not a surgery.
No.
This is not a powder.
No.
This is not a pill.
Yeah.
This is this device. I mean, and this is where I think QVC comes in too, Randy, because we are so strict. I mean, we are so strict, as you know.
As I know.
But that's, I think that's wonderful for who is watching us tonight and joining us, saying, could that be true? And these are 100% true results.
Oh, 100% true results. You talked about QVC being strict. It took me 2 years to get on air with QVC to be able to say, Hairmax will help you regrow your hair, because that's a very, very strong to make. And prior to Hairmax, there were only drug solutions. Hairmax was the first non-drug solution to help you regrow your hair. And the Ultima 9 is one of our most popular models. It really, really is. And what I love about it, it's elegant. It's got the nice two-tone, the blues and the whites. It comes with the cradle, so you can charge it by plugging it in the back there, or you can plug in right there on the cradle and to charge it to move forward. But it's so simple to use. All you do, you turn the device on, and then you turn the laser on. And if you look, you can see those therapeutic light energies. Now, Courtney, put your hand up there, and you're not going to feel anything.
No, nothing.
No heat, no tingling. This is the right amount of therapeutic light energy that can wake up those sleeping hair follicles.
Can you talk about, let's talk about the technology, because this is the cool part, right?
It's the really cool part.
And Hairmax was, you pioneered this technology at home.
We were the first company to do clinical research and the first company to get FDA clearance. But look at this. This light energy can actually be absorbed into the hair follicle. And when it gets down there, it wakes up those hair follicles and convinces them to start growing again. I remember I was on a couple of months ago, and one of the hosts says, it's like coffee for your hair follicle.
I like that.
It wakes you up, it wakes those dormant hair follicles up and convinces them to start growing again.
And then as we take a look at before and afters, don't worry, we're going to show you how to use it, and it's so easy. Again, not just a little bit different. That is a major, her part is entirely changed.
It has completely grown in there. And this is very, very common with something called female pattern hair loss. This can be caused by hereditary or hormonal reasons. And women will lose it in the part. But also, look at that frontal hairline at the bottom of the picture. Courtney, look how that's all grown in right there. I mean, this is priceless results.
Yeah, and you know what? It makes a difference, too, because the technology is able to reach really well, I feel like, with the comb, which we'll show you. But for things like this, I mean, you could see those are new hairs. It's not like, you know, like that's a whole new, that's incredible.
It is. And you know, Diane lost her hair during menopause as well, which is very, very common because menopause is a change in your hormonal balance that can trigger this type of hair loss. If you're not sure, check with your doctor. And if the doctor says female pattern hair loss, pick up your Ultima 9 Classic right away. But these results here, I got a great story with this lady here. So her family wanted her to do a family portrait.
Yeah.
And she has kids and grandkids.
Okay.
But she didn't want that thinning hair on film, so she refused to do the family portrait. Her daughter enrolled her in the clinical study, and she got these tremendous results after 26 weeks. You can see the results here. So now, you know what her grandkids call her?
What?
Photobomb Grandma. Because with all that new hair, she can't wait to get in front of a camera.
Wants to get in the photo.
And have that picture taken.
Don't we all want to feel like we can let go of that thing that was holding us back?
Yes, that's
from enjoying those moments, from saying like, why isn't Grandma in any of the pictures? And you want to be remembered, and you want to remember and to look back at those pictures. And so it just, I mean, it's just one of the many ways that that lack of confidence can affect us every single day. And this is for men and women.
It is. You can look at the great results Ian got in this before and after picture. And that before picture, he doesn't look like he even needs to get a haircut.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he needs to own a comb.
Yeah.
Right? But that after picture, you can see all that hair growing in.
So long.
Thick and full. And you know, he's going to continue to use it beyond the 26 weeks to maintain these results. But
now he can start to style his hair.
He can.
You know, so it's like, it will still at a certain point be like where you can see a change, but you're still also getting better at the same time.
Yes.
But I love that. And I love this one in particular because I love your combs, because I feel like as I put it to mine, you know, my hairline, you can see really well where the comb is going, and you can get down to the root of your problem, you know, and like really kind of nestle it where it needs to be.
Exactly. And that's part of the patented Hairmax technology. If you could just tilt that slightly, maybe we can zoom in again and put it in your hair and just tilt that back a little bit.
Here you go.
Let's get there we go on this side. Maybe it'll work better. You can see how the teeth, they move the hair out of the way and then let that light energy get down to the scalp. Remember, we're not treating the hair because your hair grows from the scalp outward. We're treating the follicles under the scalp and stimulating them to grow.
Can you talk about best practices and how to use?
Of course. So when you first get it, you want to charge it for 2 to 3 hours. And like I said, you can charge it in the cradle like that, or you can just charge it by plugging it in the back of the comb itself.
Okay.
Now what you want to do is there's a 2-button operation. Push the lower button and then the upper button. Now I'm going to put this up to my microphone because what you're going to hear is every 4 seconds. I hear that beep. So it beeps and vibrates every 4 seconds, and that tells you when to move it. So it's foolproof.
Okay.
So you start at your hairline, you hear the beep, you move it about a ½ inch, you hear the beep, you move it again, you hear the beep, and you cover your scalp 2 to 3 times over the same area. What the Ultima 9 is great for is those troubled spots. Let's say your troubled spot is right there in that frontal hairline. See how it fits there perfectly? Or on the other side, or maybe your troubled spot is back here in the crown if you're a gentleman. You know, so
you can then kind of customize it.
Exactly.
So how much of a commitment minutes-wise is it?
It's only 11 minutes, and it's not even every day, it's every other day. So 11 minutes 3 times a week.
11 minutes 3 times a week to get the results that we just saw in before and afters that we will continue to. And it's finally back, and it's on sale. I think it's huge to be able to save for $36 today on Easy Pay.
Oh, yes.
Because this is, like, those results look like you would have to get, you would have to go to a doctor. You'd have to do something that was painful. This feels like nothing. It's actually kind of calming and soothing to take a moment for you and to do something for you. So with 180 days to love it or return it, jump in and grab this. And I know we have studies that we want to also talk about.
Yes, we've got clinical studies that back up the science behind this. And what the doctors did is they marked off a 1 square inch on the scalp in the before picture, and they counted the number of hairs there. Then they counted it after using the Hairmax for 26 weeks. Look at the difference. You can see there's 129 new hairs per square inch. Well, a square inch is about the size of a postage stamp. So you go at 129 plus 129 plus. You literally have thousands of new hairs growing across your scalp. Who wouldn't want thousands of new hairs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, not only are, if you're dealing with what you're dealing with, obviously you understand what it's like to lose it. But naturally, that's just also what happens every single day.
It does,
You know,
yeah.
so it feels like this is a wonderful way to approach this, and really very non-intimidating, where I feel like this category could feel very intimidating.
It can. You know, I get these phone calls so often. But what's amazing in our clinical studies, 90% of the men and women actually saw new hair growths.
Wow.
So think about that. You know, if I told you you've got a 90% chance of winning lottery,
That's
wouldn't
a
you
great chance.
run
Go
to
get a
this
ticket.
right away, right away?
Yeah. I'm thinking too, because there's probably people who are watching Randy and saying, is that for me? Is this for me?
Sure. And, you know, it's for the most common type of hair loss, which is that hereditary hormonal hair loss.
Okay.
95% of the hair loss in North America is this type of hair loss, according to the American Academy of Dermatology. So if you've got a receding hairline, you've got a part that's getting wider, or maybe your ponytail is just getting thicker. Can we walk over to
let's
Jody?
walk over.
Let's walk over and say hi to Jody. Hi, Jody. All right, so Jody's using her Ultima 9. You can see she's got it touching her scalp, and that's part of the best practices. And if we can zoom in there, you can see how the teeth are moving her hair to the way, letting that light energy get down where it's most effective, down to the root of the problem, pun intended, right? Now, do you feel anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. I mean, there's no pain, no tingling, no heat or anything.
Yeah, no, it's great. And Jody could be watching TV,
Yeah.
having her morning cup of coffee.
Yes.
I like that it's on your time, because I think, what are the other options? They require you to go see somebody.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
they require
Get
you
in
to
the
go
car.
see somebody, get in the car, make an appointment, spend a ton of money probably. So this just feels really nice that if it's 11 minutes 3 times a week, when would that 11 minutes work for you?
And you can do it anytime during the daytime, morning, afternoon, evening. You can do it wet hair, dry hair. And if you've seen the before and after pictures, it works on all types of hair, whether you're blonde or brunette or redhead, men or women, curly hair, straight hair. It even works when you have color treated hair.
Oh, great.
But what else we talked about, a lot of women have that receding hairline of the part. But Jody doesn't. But what I want to do with Jody is go do a ponytail test. I'm going to twist you sideways a little bit here. Don't fall out your chair.
Oh, sorry.
But ladies, pull your hair back into a ponytail. And you remember when you were, you know, in your 20s and how thick that ponytail was? You could barely get a rubber band around it. But what happens is as we age, the hair falls out. You find it in your brush, you find it in your pillow, you find it everywhere, and it doesn't grow back. It doesn't all grow back. This will encourage those hair follicles to grow back.
I love it. And you know what? I think it's feels like the most custom with the comb, because you have the control.
Exactly.
You know, like wherever you feel like you have that issue, you can spend more time directly treating it, because the comb is allowing it to get to, as Randy said, the root of the problem. So if you wanted to spend a little extra time somewhere, Randy, where you feel like you have your most insecurities, you could, right?
You could, absolutely. You can spend a little bit more time in the troubled spots, we call them.
Okay.
Your trouble spots.
Which is great. For now, $36 on Easy Pay. I'd love for you to call us if you used it. I'd love to look at some more before and afters, because as you look at your screen and see a $36 Easy Pay, I just think you might think, well, like, Randy, there's pills out there that promise to do, you know, this type of thing that cost around the price of this medical device. I mean, I just think how wonderful. And if you love it and you find you want to upgrade down the road to a different Hairmax, you obviously could. But what a great way to get your Hairmax journey going at one of the best personal prices I've ever presented a Hairmax for.
It's a great deal.
In 180 days. I mean, I can't think of any return policy that's longer than 180 days. And that's really because over time, your results will start to build, right, Randy?
Exactly.
So when will we first see, like, oh, I'm noticing hair is regrowing if it's working for us?
So probably about 16 weeks is when you're going to notice it. You know, you didn't lose your hair overnight. It's not going to grow back overnight.
Okay.
So what you want to do is be persistent and be patient. And that will lead to success. So start using it, you know, and look in the mirror. But once you get to that 16-week mark, have somebody else look in your scalp And you can actually feel up there. You can say, Courtney, I'm growing new hair.
Yeah.
Take a look, and have them look in your scalp. And you'll see all these new little hairs start growing in. Then they'll start sticking up. You're gonna have to put them down.
Yeah.
And then they'll grow to be big, thick, beautiful hairs, just like the rest of the hair in your scalp.
Well, that's why we'd love for you to call and share your stories, because it's always so wonderful to hear. You know, normally it's not even you necessarily who notices it. Maybe it was your hairdresser. Maybe it was, you know, a loved one who said, oh my gosh, like, and then they pointed out to you. So call us and share